Hello world. Yahweh. Shalom Aleichem. I am peace be upon you. Dinguxolani. Yeah. So, the Doornkop military base adventure, the 21st Infantry. So last December, the plan was to go and do an episode at the military base. See to what extent I could work with them under Sphenetics Foundation and Metami Africa's B100 Community Development Program. I wanted to see if I could integrate the military institution and my institutions. And what I found out was that so I got an audience. I first went and I requested an audience, and I got an audience with the lieutenant, the communications officer, who was a lieutenant, and the lieutenant, when we spoke, and she revealed to me the community projects that they do as the military. It sounds like box ticking. Essentially, we do a run for pets and that's it. We've ticked the box for community service this year. We do something for this old age home, take pictures, we've ticked the box. So when you have something as complex as the B100 Community Development Program, the things I want to do, when you compare them to the neurotypical box ticking, sound like wanting to do a lot, but it's really not. It's what needs to be done. My ideas are not complicated, they are complex. All of the structures that exist play a role. They don't exist just for superfluous purposes. The role they play is to integrate the whole thing and such that it becomes one fractal. So in seeing the scope of the projects that the military undergoes, the lieutenant responsible for communications said to me that she's going to send me an email with the criteria of how to phrase my intent to associate our two institutions. And yeah, to this day I'm still waiting for that email. And then nonetheless, although she may have sent it though, to be fair, my site is down, and the email that I gave her was for the website. You see, the irony of my experience thus far is that the plans for different funnels have been revealing themselves to me. And here's the food funnel, here's the social media funnel, here's the what funnel. All of these different funnels have been unveiling themselves, and yet the immediate the immediate day-to-day cash has not. I'm trying to recall why I created this, because I can't see the title of the video. Or can I? Okay, it's still loading. Oh wait, it seems I might be able to. But yeah, let's still rely on memory for now. Oh yeah, military base. So the scope, she may have sent the email. I was to say she may have sent the email, and I just didn't receive it because maybe my site was down at that time. Oh yeah, I was saying the irony of getting long-term solutions while you can't even pay for your website hosting for this month, and email is a crucial thing. So And that's also something else to add on top of the Investec plot. Yeah, reality. So I then on my way out after meeting the communications lieutenant, I passed by the OHS office and it is open. And I inquire about a potential project which is unique to the military that I had envisioned. Now, you see, when I wanted to find out from the communications officer what they did when they said they were doing community engagement, I wanted to see the extent of the commitment of the department, if they do have a department for community engagement. But if they don't, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. So this other project that I wanted to propose, the reason I actually went there, I'm not going to mention here because I'm still figuring out a way to do it as a private entity. You see, the thing with our governmental structures is that when you have a good narrative, they take it from you and then they cut you out of the dividends of your idea. I met a brother and I believe his story. I met a brother who created the NYDA, the National Youth Development Agency, and he pitched the idea at the relevant offices where we are usually told to go. As soon as you have a dream, you will meet the right people and they will tell you, as you are following your dream, they'll tell you exactly where to go, the conventional path. No, go there, submit this, register with the CSD here, submit that application there. And once you do all of these things and you submit, the actual process for allocation has nothing to do with the process you just underwent, because the people who released the contract have friends amongst the applicants, and they will award it to their friends, and then their friends are going to give them a portion of the allocation, and everybody goes home happy, which means the guy who's not part of the clique will never make it in, no matter how valid his ideas are. So this gentleman goes to the NYD, goes to, I forgot the particular department he went to, but I have his numbers. So one day we will have a conversation where he tells his full story. Essentially, he pitches, they reject his idea. And how they reject his idea is that they say to him, this is not what we are funding at this moment in time. And I've heard that. This is not what we are funding at this moment in time. This is not what we are funding at this moment in time. And then the dude waits, and then all of a sudden he finds out the NYDA exists. How now is his idea taking form without him participating? It turns out those guys heard him loud and clear, and they understood everything he was saying. They just didn't want him to benefit from his idea, and so they essentially cut him off. Here's the problem: the NYDA is dead now. It's not dead if you don't know what it was meant to be, but it is dead if you know what it was meant to be. So the person who conceived this had something that's alive, and he just needed them to give him the space to give birth to it, and it would still be alive on its own. Maybe he might not even be in office today, and it would still be breathing and living and fully effective, as opposed to the one-hit pony, the one-hit wonder that it was. By one-hit wonder, I don't mean like they did one project. I just mean they had a phase and then they died after that phase was completed, because the original brain that gave rise to that phase was not part of the program. So yeah, the dynamics of corruption and how it messes up reality. So yeah, I met this gentleman. He just mentioned it in passing, and he said to me, "Dude, just make sure you trademark all your ideas and things like that." That was his warning, and warning received. This is not a my precious type of situation. Like I'm not being a typical hoarder inventor type of person by not sharing the idea I wanted to implement. I'm just saying there's still potential to monetize this funnel. I don't need to dump it onto the net just yet, and it will not benefit from any further reorganization by my putting it out here. I think I'll record it for a private archive. Okay, it's been 11 minutes. 11 minutes of updating you on the Doornkop military base. So we speak, and pretty much the OHS officer shows me that, in as much as he understands what I'm trying to do and how good it is, the military chain of command dictates that I take it to like the highest accessible level that I can access as a civilian or a corporate entity, and I send my proposal at that level, hoping that eventually he's gonna get a memo that's gonna allow him to implement what I had shared, because it is that beautiful of an idea. And he also shared his own beautiful ideas, and in that moment I recognized that this man was fully meta conscious, fully black conscious, and I had not facilitated anything. There's many people like that for whom meta consciousness is a way of being by virtue of so many things, or for whom black consciousness is a virtue of being by virtue of so many things. And meta consciousness and black consciousness are not really the same thing, because black consciousness occurs in the presence of meta consciousness. Meta consciousness gives rise to all of these unique forms of consciousness, be it a Pratyeka Buddha mindset, or a Bodhisattva mindset, or a moksha mindset. All of these are undertaken in meta consciousness. So yeah, that was the visit to the Doornkop military base in Diepkloof, in an attempt to initiate a project with them. And then during that trip, I was with Phineas, and we actually made some clips, which if I can find, I will re-upload, and if I can't find, I'll call him. Maybe they might still be on his phone. So we recorded on a memory card that had an issue that I wasn't aware of at the time, but in a sense you can't write to it, and the files that it has are the files that it has. You can't delete them, you can format it as much as you like, those files will reappear. And so when we were recording, I was sure that the video was being caught. So we may have lost some episodes from during that time, but if I find them, I'll re-upload them. This is during the December 2nd period. Coolio. That's on the military project. So the reason I wanted to do the military thing was I have a shirt which looks military. I thought it was military. I'll explain later on why I'm phrasing it like that. And my grandpa, who I didn't know directly, but apparently I looked like him, was in the military. And so this had been something that I had been contemplating in conjunction with other factors, which I will reveal on the day when I show the project that made me reach out to the military. This one I don't want to tell. I want to show you. So it's a show don't tell type of situation. So yeah, look forward to that, and just keep on reminding me here in the comments if I don't post any updates regarding the military experience, the military base experience that's going to be derived from this. So the 21st Infantry was pretty interesting in the sense that it was the first black arm of the military in South Africa. If you remember, the military was an oppressive tool, so it was quite risky for the whites to start training the natives, and they did. They almost did something bad. Well, bad for them, good for me. They almost did something bad for them, and their separation structure, their economic and social separation structure. They what they almost did was that. So first, they trained the groups by their specific clans. That divide and conquer mentality. That makes sense. Yeah, keep them separated. Even if we train them, keep them separated, we'll be safe. But then at some point, someone had the idea. I think it's one of those people who are with the cause, who are wearing the other skin color, but they support us. I think it's one of them. Somehow somebody managed to push the idea up the chain long enough that it made it to the historic records that, how about we put together all of the clans, all of the tribes of the blacks under one military arm. That now that we have power over them, let's use them as our soldiers. Let's not just train them by clan specifically, but let's unite the clan. And then I think it dawned on them at some point. I don't know at what point. I wonder who recognized, who realized, like, this might be a mistake. This might be a mistake. At what point in the whole military chain of command did that idea break down? I'm actually excited that it got even that far. That would be quite the interesting story to hear from people who were in the military back in those days when the 21st Infantry was being formed. So hit me up, send me an email, xmabula, xmabula at yahoo.com, info@metame.africa. As soon as we pay the domain, pull through with the young $200 and we'll cover the domain. So that's the 21st Infantry, and we'll proceed on this tip along the projects that are related to this. Actually, in light of still 18 minutes in light of this, on my bus trip back from East London, I sat with a gentleman by the name of Iviwe, translating to it has been heard or they have been heard, depending on it's a word that's neither singular or plural. It has a plural implication, but it can also be used in a singular sense. So it has been heard. What has been heard? Your prayers, your requests, your desires, your voice, your cry, whatever it is that you sought should be heard Iviwe. And we spoke, and I told him about my 10,000 genuine interactions journey. And the first genuine interaction I ever had was actually on a bus on my way to Grahamstown. And I think I spoke close to for 8 hours or so, just non-stop, because that was the first time I got the opportunity of an audience who didn't have to go anyway. And yeah, I've been attempting to go that deeply with everyone ever since that journey. With some people, we don't even need 8 hours due to the nature of the words we use. A few minutes is enough for us to go deep enough for me to consider it a genuine interaction. A non-genuine interaction is the weather, politics. A genuine interaction is social, economic dynamics, which is what I've been having with you here. If you've been following my story from the first live stream, essentially I've been introducing myself, and you may have been starting to see some recurring patterns. Right now, it's those patterns that I am going to single out as episodes that are going to go and be in-depth things in the future. So the episode with Eviwe is coming. He was returning from Eastern Cape from a funeral, so he needed to first adjust back to reality this side, and then he's gonna hit me up, and then we'll do a recap of what we covered during that conversation, and then continue the conversation on camera just for the record. And if you would also like to have genuine interactions with me, by genuine, again I repeat, I mean deep, we cover all the things, all the things essentially. The reason I say that is because I've noticed that to have any meaningful discussion, superficial levels of engagement don't really suffice. So let's cut it here. Thank you for joining. I am peace be upon you. Yahweh shalom aleichem. Assalamu alaikum. Sa sekem sahu ma'adheru. Ba ka satnam sat chitananda.